Hey everyone, the usual is going on. So, the usual, like an invasive Matthias De Stefano cannot be trusted to be a nice human being. I mean, he's not a human being yet. So he's still an invasive, etheric, violating, in every way, shape, or form, telling himself that this distant and his movement in the ethers and trying to manipulate my field in the field, telling himself, right, that he's not actually doing anything. Like, because I'm not seen, because I'm not physically there doing this, I'm not actually doing anything wrong. I don't know what she is going on about, and she is not having my human arrive there for this sacred path contract that he agreed to doing. But he thinks it depends on Teresa doing something for his precious, I'm not doing anything wrong. We all know different. So yeah, like, just wake the fuck up. This video is just to say on a recording that it's invasive, it's disgusting, it's not love, not loving, not kind intention. The energy is definitely not kind intention. The energy is, for some reason, I don't know how people get this in their head, I'm entitled to have something via not actually participating. I can do it all by skipping the human process. We came here to be human. I don't understand how someone can tell themselves this. It's a fucking huge ego that needs a pop. Right? Yeah, okay, egos can stem from a sensitive little boy, right? Like, egos can be about protection, but when you add to the mix, I am this and I can do this, blah, 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 it gets screwed up. So you're not getting assisted for the quiet little sensitive boy, right? The universe is trying to help that boy, but you're not. Because everyone has like a child archetype, right? And you're a sensitive child archetype. Amongst other, it's not an insult, idiot. It's that boy needs to grow as a man, strengthening the benefits of sensitivity. Now, I don't want to go on a video to help this idiot because it's been 4 fucking years I'm into now, and the idiot can't just be a human. Born into a human body 38 freaking years ago, 39 very fucking soon. Like, human. human path, not getting anything etheric dick. It is. Every description of your energy field by avoiding the sacred path is not very nice. Selfish. Don't even go near unreliable, because that's just a whole given. Irresponsible, like it's perfection. Stupid actions. Unthoughtful, like it's breath. Don't even think I'm going to think about you, like as in like give thought to you. I'm not going to give thought to you. When you ask me something or tell me something, I'm not going to give it any thought. Like it's breath. It's like, da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm in my own fucking world. P.S. You're not. Well, we all know violation is a given. That's what he does. So, like, at the forehead, he thinks he can just do whatever he wants. That's the problem with no elevation there in higher consciousness, because heaven don't agree with, I just do whatever I want. Heaven don't agree with, I just do whatever I want. And so this path ends with Teresa's decline of it. But he just won't give it up. So this is me as an outlet, still declining it. Hold faith all along the way, because I know the future. No, like I hear all different thoughts coming back about that. No, it's not I'm a future teller or whatever you call it. It's knowing the sacred path, not the avoidance of it, right? I'm just talking about the future is the divine life, the divine union. That's a given. This is us going through the process of ego explosion. And because he's so thoughtless, he doesn't give any thought to what I just said. He doesn't stop to think about his own reflection. He avoids that at all costs. He just has this idea about himself, and that's what the ego does. They have like a protection mechanism where they'll just operate in the ego so that they don't have to actually look at themselves. And that catches up with you. Of course it does. I mean, I'm not the only reader that will say that. That what you give out is your energy field. Don't think that you just give it out. You have to embody it first. You embodied it in thought. You held it for a period of time. You own it. So don't think that you're just, I might give that to her. Just her. Like all this horrible shit. Like right now, he's doing his best to bring my circulation imbalanced so that there's less circulation of warmth at my lower limbs, and he would like to use the coldness to move around, and like he was doing before, touching me when I told him, and I tell him all the freaking time, I'm not doing the ether thing with you. So yeah, on the planet, we're in the ego bubbles bursting. It's you can't evolve with an ego, like as though that's who you are. Excuse me. And so when there's unconscious idiots that think that not evolving and that they're not actually doing it, oh Christ, that he's not actually choosing not to evolve. He doesn't think he's choosing to go against evolution. No, it's both. It's all freaking twisted. Yeah, I don't want to analyze it, but it is part of the energy field, which I just feel like I need to clear, like speak it. Because then heaven also understands what I'm talking about even more so. Not that they don't already have an overview, but it's like filling in more content. And every bit helps. So, yeah, it's basically that. So, when you're full of yourself, right? And he is just all up and full of himself. To do with me, anyway. He'll show others, like, kindness and shit. Not a problem there. Oh my God, he's the biggest show pony. He's so full of himself, even more so because he's avoiding evolving. Like his recent Disneyland thing. Like out of all the things in the world, right? He's not cluing in on sacred path, divine purpose, assistance in a bigger way of the earth. He's not cluing in on that. That this is all set up to help his path, which helps everyone. Okay? He's not actually like wholeheartedly, I should really do as I'm asked because then everything falls into line. He's going to Disneyland and I can't even watch, 5 seconds of it. I watched probably about 10 seconds until I saw him acting gay. Nothing against gay people. We're all human beings. God bless us all. But the twisted stuff around in this shit, it's just twisted. I couldn't watch 10 seconds like anymore. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? So, that is conscious avoidance of a sacred path awareness. That's wasting time doing fucking anything. Taking his little girlfriend and they're putting on a little show together. Oh, guess where we are? You can see we're at Disneyland. Great. Now, what consciousness education could you possibly assist our evolution in front of the fucking castle? Because I don't know about you guys. Everyone's been to Disneyland. We know what the fuck it's like. It's great. We all enjoy a bit of animation as well. Yeah, it's great. Okay? There's a bigger path going on. Why the fuck are you putting on a show? That my understanding of what's going on the planet at the moment, and a divine fucking union is meant to take place, and you're fucking around putting on like a Hollywood show? I don't give a fuck if anyone wants to do whatever they want to do with their time. But the fact that it's connected to me, and day by fucking day, this idiot don't give a shit about the scope of it. That you have to actually put your attention on it. That you have to actually be present, and you have to actually like show up. All the fucking energy you're putting on a screen in Disneyland for what? Did you achieve divine union with that girl? I already know the answer before I asked it. My point is, it's obvious. It's fucking obvious. I don't need to say it. I've already said it enough. So, I don't want to keep sitting in front of this phone because he's stuffing around with spells in my space, trying to draw in the magnetic electric field. So, guides, if we could just clear that and break all spells and decline all attachments. And remove all magnetic current sources and spinning fucking crap. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. He actually takes his time spinning energy in my field. Can we please clear it? No, thanks, Matthias. Oh, Christ. This is what I mean. I'm just too mature for this waste of fucking time. It's so interesting, and I don't want to read into the field because the only thing that assists anything is when someone acts upon what they know needs to get done. That's it. When someone acts upon what they know, he knows what needs to get done. What the fuck is the delay and the dilemma? Okay, I don't want any of his delay or dilemma. I don't want to fucking know about it. Don't touch me, dumb cunt. I might have to go soon because the idiot's coming more into my field because of the electricity of the phone screen. Yeah, so I had a couple of, like 6 wines yesterday. yesterday afternoon and played some music and had a good old dance and sing like I like to do. And so I need to like strengthen my aura, clean out all attachment. I'm tired. I've only had, I don't know, maybe 4 hours sleep, maybe 3. And then last night I was up at like 2. So anyway, this lack of rest assists what's going on and what I'm complaining about. So, but you know, you gotta have fun. Christ, you gotta let go of everything that's going on. So from Grasshopper card, which is still relevant, leap of faith. Take a leap of faith. I asked if I could shuffle for another card, and the answer was yes. So we got the raccoon. Is it what it's called? Oh no, badger, sorry. It's really affected my eyesight, but I just want to do this card anyway. The badger. Be fearless and bold. Badger spirit rejoices at your persistence and commitment to what is true for you. Whatever you seek, your tenacity and faith in your partnership with spirit is paying off, and the results will soon coalesce into form in your world. The gift of badger spirit in the surety. The gift of badger spirit is the surety that taking a risk now and being courageous, fearless, and bold will yield wondrous results. This is a time to harness your will and apply it consistently to the pursuit of your dreams. Know that no matter the temporary outer conditions, you will manifest your desires in divine timing and in the form Spirit deems best for you. Badger Spirit says you have what it takes to get what you want, to assert yourself. Be fearless and be bold, shining your light as your purpose calls you into the world. New relationships are also given a green light now. Don't be afraid to make the first move. Badger Spirit loves your brave and mighty heart. Protection message. When Badger Spirit comes to protect you, he reminds you that anger or aggression, argumentative behavior, and being pushy or manipulative will not result in a positive outcome. Perhaps someone close to you has excess badger energy, or perhaps that energy is pent up in you. Either way, now is the time to calm down and allow the energy to pass through you. Go for a hike. Gosh, there's a lot to Badger Spirit. Go for a hike, brisk walk, shake it off, or dance it out. No wonder. I did have a good dance yesterday. Or dance it out so you can return to, not without being annoyed, by the way, but I just put it aside. Like it said, let it go through you. Go for a hike, brisk walk, shake it off, or dance it out so you can return to the situation determined and committed, but not so intense that you overwhelm others and yourself. The appearance of Badger Spirit also serves as a reminder if you have been relentlessly pursuing something that keeps eluding you. The message is that it's time to surrender it up to your higher power and focus on something else. Well, that's what I always try to do. So this is for, well, anyone that feels this way. that if you're relentlessly trying to pursue something that keeps eluding you, the message is it's time to surrender it up to your higher power and focus on something else. Badger Spirit wants to protect you from self-will run rampant, from being obsessed with getting what you want in the form you prefer. In timing, that fits perfectly with your notions of what has to be. And I didn't fully understand all of that. I'll read it again. The message is that it's time to surrender it up to your higher power and focus on something else. Badger Spirit wants to protect you from self-will run rampant, from being obsessed with getting what you want in the form you prefer. In timing, that fits perfectly with your notions of what has to be. Yeah, exactly. What he is doing. And anyone else that relates, that it has to be done your way. Yeah, I think I've spoken about this many times before, but that is the truth of it, that the human can get stuck. It's an important reminder, actually. The human can get stuck thinking it should be a certain way, and not if it's got to do with self-will run rampant, being obsessed with getting what you want in the form you prefer, in timing that fits perfectly with your notions of what has to be. Yeah, you gotta let go of all that. You can't get your way. Heaven's not going to help anyone who's doing that with their energy on the planet, their self-will. Your will is your energy. And if you're, doing what he's doing to me, or if anyone's doing anything that says, I'm in charge and it has to be my way and I'll make you do it my way, yeah, no. And listen to the answer, okay? Because I'm working with heaven. No. Remember, the world doesn't revolve around your wants. Better, more beautiful opportunities will be the result. When you release some of that Badger Spirit intensity, along with your need to have it your way, 100%. Exactly. Exactly. I wanted to hear from spirit, from the animal spirit. Very true. So then that calls forth the message of the animal oracle is you got to be fearless and bold. You can't just run around doing whatever you want. If you're asked to do something, then go be fierce and bold about it. Fearless and bold about it. And that's it. So I think that's it. It's a really good message, and it feels good knowing that I share this. It's not just, people shouldn't go through experiences like this. So when you share it, you're not going through it on your own. And that's so true, because that's the kind of space I'd hold for others. Help them to get the help they need if they're going through something. Listen, that could be the help. Give them a little bit of time, that could be the help. But essentially, that's all it is, because everyone has their own will to make their own choices. So, yeah. And I'll just finish by saying, I do believe I'll finish by saying that that we should just appreciate the basic things that we've been given. Like the fact that we're here breathing, for one. That's pretty awesome. That we got bodies, we're breathing. That we have an emotional guidance system, because that's what our emotions are. We are not our emotions. They assist guiding us, that we want to stay in alignment vertically and horizontally, like alignment with heaven, you know, like you are a higher natured being and you can be that at any time. And whilst on earth, keep that balanced. You know, don't tip too far down or like go too high in, you know, in yourself. Just keep that in check, that, you know, you're heaven and earth. You're not just like all heaven, or, you know, like all full of yourself or something, and then the rest of your life suffers because you're too busy up in the clouds. You know, you need to keep yourself in check. And so emotional, the emotional aspect, energy aspect of that, man, just be grateful for it and don't act like you freaking own it, like this is my identity, like with anger or any kind of emotion lived, put out there, like egoic. Chill, get some balance. Learn to use your mental body appropriately. Like, I mean, not everyone's doing this, so I hope I'm giving off a good vibe, because like the Badger Spirit card recommended, to shake it off, dance it out, etc., go for a hike, and then not, you know, just give out whatever problems to the world. But I am trying to show the higher points of like maintaining your own balance as a mature being. And I'm dealing with a very immature response to life still, that he can just invasively do whatever the fuck he wants. No. So some appreciation of the fact that you're here. Not what image you can maintain and act like an asshole in the background. Like, actually appreciate the fact that you can have an image, that you are here, and how about balance it and put out good vibes? And if you have a problem with someone, the solution for an adult is to go and talk to them. Or if you know another solution, because you directly know your fucking path with them, how about you go do that maturely? Save Disneyland for another time, perhaps. And that girl, like talking to that girl. Is there another girl that you should talk to? Perhaps. Because we know you can talk. You went and met up at Disneyland. Do you think you got 5 minutes for Brisbane, Australia? Because it might help. So use the mental body in appreciation. It's directly connected, watched over by heaven, every move you make. Maybe take a little time out with discerning what you should fill your time with, in conjunction, aligned with heaven, because they got a path for you and you know it. So you can run round and round and round, but Teresa's not interested in your runaround. So appreciate the mental body is another aspect of what you could take a little time with, right? And these might sound things that, what's appreciation going to do? What's the point in that? Yeah, appreciate it. Big deal. Guides, let's just give a little understanding of the flow of Appreciation is high vibrational. Energy is in motion. So if you maintain 5 seconds of appreciation and it's authentic, you really appreciate something. Oh, I just mowed the grass, or doesn't that field view look nice, or oh, this sunset, oh, this cup, I love this cup that I was given that I'm having my tea. Just 5 seconds of appreciation, and that is extended into more and quiet depth. Like you can even practice keeping yourself in it for how much more you can appreciate. Go from one thing to the next. So it's just everything's a whole energy shift, but we haven't really consciously thought of it like that. But it really is an energy shift. It's doing more than what the brain, or unless your mind starts flowing in the understanding of it, then your mind will pick up on how you're actually assisting your energy field. If you're starting to appreciate things, you know what happens? The whole energy field is going to attract to you, your energy field is going to attract to you more that your spirit enjoys, appreciates. So if you've taken the time for any of those things I just mentioned, the sunset, the coffee mug, anything at all, a friend did something really nice for you, then that's an attraction. This is all an attraction mechanism. You're going to attract those things to have a life that's more of that. The more you focus on something, the more that grows in your field, the more you attract it. And then that goes in saying your enjoyment expands your life experience, because you're attracting more to be enjoy. Your guidance team knows this. You're just off and running. Like, seriously, you just get in a flow momentum with the support of it. So, it doesn't take too much to actually lift your vibration, and it's part of your consciousness elevation, right? But you can't drift back down into ego and still think you're going to get the same lifestyle. So that's where this is our consciousness, to be conscious of what we're doing with our energy, our mind, our emotions, and so just take the time to appreciate whatever you can. We might leave it at that. 38 minutes. And I'm still getting annoyed this whole time by Matthias. Like, he acts all like... Let's summarize just this last little bit. He acts all precious, like he has to be treated a certain way before he will actually just do the human path. So, like, in his mind, in his protection state, right? That's what it is. Oh no, she doesn't do what I'm used to, or she doesn't do what I'm used to, in all different ways, right? Of course not. All right? Of course not. We're not meant to be the same. How freaking boring life would be, which is why this is boring, what you freaking do to me. You keep trying to direct my life to control it the way you want it to be. You can't. You don't have a say on me. All right? Sacred contract. Let's go to the maturity. Sacred contract before birth. You just do the path. You don't get to say, hang on a minute, here's my list. From all I've experienced, from the people I've known, from whatever has gone on, this is my list now. This is my contract, Teresa, heaven, right? It's pretty much like giving us the finger This is my list, and I'm not doing that path until it's done. We don't care. No. Now, shh. Whatever you need or whatever you need to know, it'll all be there for you. Don't try and organize it. It's all done. It's all done. So that's all I want to spend time on about him, because he just soaks in it, in his etheric little world. Like, oh yes, me. No, you're not doing what's needed. That's all about you. Ugh. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for listening. And let's just keep being fearless and bold. And take those leaps of faith, because, you know, this is the only lifetime we're going to be in these bodies. And so it's designed to make the most of it. Might just turn the light off, and in that short process, my guides will tell me whether there's anything further to sit down and talk about, bring through. Just to be at peace. That it's the most important thing that you could be. You're all naturally there, but if anything goes on in your world, just remember, go back to that. It's like a peaceful library inside. Okay? And if you meet up in the silence of the castle of your interior, as though nothing can get in the walls of your castle unless you let it. And in there, you have an endless library for anything and everything. Go in there and ask, you know, like, God is the direct line source, and God will provide whomever of his, what's a beautiful word to describe everyone working in the light field. All of us are light field, but can we please clear Matthias De Stefano's stuff around with crystallization maneuver crap? God will send his helpers, right? God will, I mean, if you practice using the word God, you don't have to. But you go into your castle when anything's going on the outside, and I would suggest, because the 3-letter word description of the highest center, God, is in line connection with anyone that can serve you for help. All you got to do is ask. So, okay, so the process is something's going on the outside, and you don't try to solve everything. As you know, if it feels like you're going to have to force something, or if it feels like you don't know the answer to the current situation, if you have searched your awareness and your just internal world, your mind and emotions, they're not coming up with, oh yeah, or you feel like you could do something but it may not work, something like this. We come across things, all different things all the time. So if it doesn't come naturally, then go in and ask. And being you in your words, and do your best without, I wouldn't bother asking anything with ego, like doubtful, or mainly doubtful across the board. Like, yeah, I can remember being doubtful a little bit when I prayed when I was young, but oh gosh, that's bringing back some memories, because things actually happened that I wanted, and more happened than I realized then. Like, I received some instant kind of guidance, and it was only a matter of time before what I'd prayed for ended up coming to fruition, which was a family issue and parents to separate because it just was not working. And it ended up that I did receive guidance as like a 9 or 10-year-old, and that the guidance was, wait, it's happening, it's in motion. And yeah, so it did end up happening within less than a year. So what I can remember from that prayer, and because I can remember the exact place and moment and everything, to now at like 40 years later, is that whenever I've asked for something, it's come from like the truest of places. It's not just some cheap prayer because, there's something behind it, something real. You're asking for assistance. And so you can do that at any time about anything that's going on in life, because it's important to heaven as much as it's important to you. Because what's going on down here is important to the whole universally. That's the whole point of planet Earth being assisted right now, because we haven't risen in like the good stuff, like trust and love and acting in good faith, and all the goodness that flows naturally in action from that lifestyle, like trusting and love and goodness. Life just flows, like, I mean, take a look at the cross, right? Whatever you describe it as, crucifix, cross, etc. Heaven and earth, and horizontally. Now, the horizontal is how far along the cross. It's up, isn't it? It's not in the middle and it's not down the bottom. It's up. So that's where we resonate if in alignment with good, because we're capable of it. That's where heaven helps. They can't if you drop down and down and down. In your actions, behaviors, what you're putting out, it's you. You can't pretend it's not you because you're invisible. Christ. There's a human connection and it's your field, and it will suffer if you think, negativity is a good vibration to inhabit, because you're not sending out your habits. It's coming from you. You're making the decisions. It's your spirit. So, you can get yourself into some strife there, like health-wise, if you're doing things that are of a lower vibration. It's just a cycle to stop and step back up to that level and stay there. Yeah, so in your castle, and you know how you actually you know how you would listen to someone you trust? Well, that's how you listen with your aligned presence. It all comes back to the chest, and that is the location of the horizontal part of the cross. It's at the chest. And there is no mistake that we have the word heart with E-A-R central to it. H-E-A-R-T. You listen in the quiet and it starts to be quicker for you. But at first you might just have to you do have to. You have to be able to remember you got a peaceful center, go practice going to that peaceful center and listen. Shh. Now, I don't just mean auditorially, because not everyone, you can ask intuitive guidance as you practice it. You will be heard if you can, it just depends on you, whether you can pick up that way. And but I believe that will happen more and more as we're shifting into higher resonance, that if that's what we want, we will. Or even if it's not what we want, we might. So it's all good. So yeah, just you practice picking up in your energy field the answers. Or you are available and you can make declarations to your God, to your guides, to, you can make declarations that I'm available to, keep my ear and eye, two eyes, but internal precision eye, to you directing my attention to where the energy I need in my field right now. So if something's going on and you're unsure about it, you can just drop in and say, God, what do you want me to do here? I trust in you. And with that availability declaration, they will assist energetically with your honest sincerity for the highest good of all concerned. They're not going to help you do something. If you get any help that's to do something negative towards someone, that's not the way to go, because that's not alignment with heavenly forces and sources. Okay, they're not going to help you do things that harm or anything like that. You would have to be mentally choosing that, and you will attract and do what, that's free will. That's free will. And that's been the issue on this planet, that with free will, we've forgotten to trust the highest because we don't believe the highest is there to help. Something's gone wrong in our lives, so that's it. God, why aren't you? Etc. But it's a big ball of energetic, you could call it mess down here, but we're cleaning it up. We're tidying it up ourselves by resonating higher. Because it's the truth. So if you start practicing that, then you'll prove it to yourself. If you start practicing calling on higher guidance, because everyone has access. It's just whether you want it. Because if you get out of the religious focus of it, not that I'm telling anyone what to do, but do whatever you want with religion, but the point is everyone is spirit, so everyone has access to higher guidance. I mean, that's why we can experience love, and that's why we can also experience sadness, but it doesn't mean that is us. What is us isn't definable apart from our souls are eternally experiencing and evolving, and we are of this higher source resonance that gave us bodies this lifetime to look like this. And if you're going down to that planet to do some evolution, well, stick to love and you'll help. That's it. But you are not the things down there. You are not anything you cling to tightly as an identity is probably not you, because you're clinging. Because you're evolution. So 1 week you might be doing something else, and then throughout that week you might grow and shift and be doing something else. So, it's just common sense really at that heart center too. That, you can listen, just listen up. You cannot forget you're of higher source. What do you think you're doing when you think you are something? Go easy on this in flow, people. Yeah, you are that, but stay flexible and in the higher realms of I am this, and with this that I am, I maintain the good, not, stomp around with it. It's that's just immature. Because you get so far and you achieve, well, you'd better be appreciating, right? Instead of, I don't know, I'm going to make some money out of this and I don't give a shit about anything else. Anything along those lines. Because, God, that just opens up a whole other thing that's going on at the moment. That I'm just going to make some money out of this and I really don't give a shit about anything else that's going on the planet. Oh, Christ. Literally. I've been saying Christ so much lately. It's a relief to say it. It's actually an outlet. So yeah, call on your guidance in there. It's yours. And when I say it's up to you what you let in, it's a very important point that no matter what you go through down here, you are always, when you go back to heaven, you are always your higher self. So while you're on earth, you have that higher version connection and you can align to it. So it's just high resonance. So that's how heaven can reach us, if we're staying at that heart level of the crucifix, the heart level. Yeah, I think that's it for now. I just was told that, yeah. But let me just get clarity on that, because I do have interference. Yeah, no, I haven't finished. So someone else is wanting me. But it is a good idea to finish soon anyway. Did I make it clear, guys? That the interior world is yours. Yeah, and it's only when you think too much of the outside world that you let it in. So that's where it's really up to you what crosses your borders and boundaries. But then there's smartasses like Matthias that thinks they push those boundaries and it's violating law, like universal energy, by saying, look what I can do, and muck around with thoughts and feelings and everything. And they think they actually, and unfortunately it is somewhat true that it has been done, but it is not of like law. It's against all, like, you know, so it's not like they're assisting anything by doing it, by being a smartass. And so, you know, this is, people need to assist the rebalancing through their own actions. So when they know they're doing something that they shouldn't be doing, they need to stop. The higher truth is what I was saying, that, yeah, it is law that you have free will, and with that is, you know, your energy field, you choose, otherwise, like, you choose for your highest good and for all involved, because we're all here trying to, you know, get by and do our best. But what you focus on is what you will embody. So, you know, just be aware if you're coming from egoic manipulation, because don't think to yourself that you're just sending it out. You're actually like living in it, which is why Caroline Myss wrote the gorgeous book talking about the soul entering the castle, and what you have let in your castle, being your soul, might need to be cleaned out, like Matthias De Stefano trying to hurt me right now, which, you know, he's just putting on a show and a fight because, like, blah, 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 blah. So I just raised my vibration away from it. He's trying to put electricity through my hair at high rates of heat and whatnot. You might need to clean out the castle, which you can do, and this is your soul, and it comes from being conscious of why you do the things you do, and essentially cleaning it out. And people are well aware of, like, that they're doing it. It's just whether they let themselves keep doing it. And so that's where you have free will to either, you know, to live however you choose. All right. Yeah. Oh, I don't need to look at the time. We've passed the hour mark, and I appreciate you listening, and I hope you got a lot or something out of it. Awesome. Thanks, everybody. Bye for now.